Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is our fourth video on Ismut Tafdeel, the elative. Today is the 22nd of June 2020, corresponding to 30th Shawwal 1441, the last day of Shawwal today. This is the conclusion so far. Ismut Tafdeel, the elative, it will either be used in the comparative form or it will be used in the superlative form. When it is used in the comparative form, it usually has the harful jar, the preposition min. When it's used in the superlative form, it will either be used as a possessive compound, al-murakkabul idafi, or it will be used as an adjectival compound, what we called al-murakkabut tawsifi. If the ismut tafdeel is used as al-murakkabul idafi, a possessive compound, then you have what we call a choice. So you can basically have Fatimatu Ashrafun Nisa, where you use the singular and masculine ismut tafdeel for everything, or the ismut tafdeel can match the word which is before it. So Fatima is feminine, therefore rather than saying Ashraf, you can say Shurfa as well. So it's a choice and both are correct. You can say Ashraf and you can also say Shurfa. When using Ismut Tafdeel in the superlative form but as an adjectival compound, Al-Murakkabut Tawsifi, then Mutabaqa. Mutabaqa means where everything corresponds. Mutabaqa is basically necessary. Let's look at an example. So you will say Fatimatul Ulma. Ulma is the feminine of A'lam. Fatima, the most knowledgeable. Remembering that this is not a full sentence, Fatimatul Ulma. What you cannot have is Fatimatu and then after it you use the singular and masculine. Fatimatul A'lam, you cannot have that. This will be incorrect because the above is Mawsuf Sifa, Fatima is Mawsuf and Al-Ulma is Sifa, and Mawsuf Sifa, they've got to correspond. So the Mawsuf is basically feminine, then Al-Ulma must also be feminine, and so on. On page 12 of the handout, we also looked at something called Tamiz or Tamyiz. Tamiz was a word, a noun, an indefinite noun, a nakira noun, which is in the accusative case, halatun nasb, which removes ambiguity. So tamiz is a word, a noun, an ism, which removes ambiguity. Let us look at an example. This example is also on page 12. الذهب أحسن من الفضة. So first, we will do a brief analysis, assuming that we already know the meanings of the words, which is al-dhahabu is gold, ahsan is better. We all know the meaning of min harful jar, and al-fidda is silver. Silver as in the opposite of the metal gold. So we know the individual meanings of the word, and then we do an analysis where al-dhahabu will be the mubtada, and whenever we have a mubtada, we look for the khabar. So the remainder of the sentence is the khabar, and thus the separator will go here, and the translation will be al-dhahabu ahsanu min al-fidda, gold. You will not say the gold, you'll just say gold. Gold is. So basically, this is where the separator will go. Gold is better. And do remember that after ismu tafdil, if you have the harful jar min, like you have here, this min is translated as than. So gold is better than al-fidda, silver. Now a question arises, gold is better than silver, but in terms of what? الذهب أحسن من الفضة. So let's finish the sentence off. قيمة. So this will go at the end. الذهب أحسن من الفضة قيمة. So this word قيمة is basically the tamiz. It's the tamiz. And what is a tamiz? It removes ambiguity. Let's look at the sentence again, the translation. Gold is better than silver. قيمة, in price, or you could say in terms of price. So there you are. The word qimatan has removed the ambiguity in the above sentence, that gold is better than silver. However, the question was in terms of what? In price. So you will notice many things here, that qimatan is in halatun nasb, qimatan is nakira, indefinite noun, there's no al here, and qimatan is a noun. So we have also covered tamiz as well. Let us look at this second example. Ana aktharu minka. This is on page 14, sentence number 2, question number 2. So ana aktharu minka. So first of all, we will look at the individual meanings, which is very straightforward. Ana means I. Akthar is ismu tafdil, which means more. Min is harful jar, and ka is a dhamir which is attached to the preposition min, giving you the meaning from you, and in this case, because it's coming after ismu tafdil, than you. Second, let's do the analysis. So ana is basically the mubtada, the subject, and the remainder will be the predicate, the khabar, and the separator will basically go here. I am. Ana aktharu minka. Do remember that ismu tafdil is ghayrul munsarif, therefore there is no tanween. You will not say ana aktharun. Ana aktharu minka. Let's look at the translation now. And the other issue is, as part of analysis, aktharu is being used here in the comparative form. It's not in the superlative form. So let's look at the translation. Ana aktharu minka. I am. Aktharu, more than. More, and min, you will translate it as than. I am more than ka, you. I am more than you. In what? In what? So let's finish the sentence off. From this point onwards, we are now going to look at some new aspects regarding Ismut Tafdeel. Firstly, if we look carefully on the screen, you will see that this top section, we look at what we call Alwan. Alwan is the plural of lawn, which means color. So there you go, we've got here Alwan, singular is lawn. And if you notice, all these colors, they are on the pattern of af'al. Aswad, abiyad, ahmar, asfar, akhdar, azraq. All these are on the pattern of af'al. However, despite being on the pattern of af'al, these are not ismut tafdeel. They are not regarded as ismut tafdeel. Even though they do share something with ismut tafdeel, the same pattern af'al, and also the fact that all of these words here, aswad, abiyad, ahmar, and the masculine, so the masculine and the feminine both are ghayrul munsarif. The plural is not ghayrul munsarif. However, aswad, abiyad, ahmar, all are ghayrul munsarif, as are the feminine equivalents. So let's just look at the feminine. They come on the pattern of fa'la. So aswad, the feminine is sauda, black. Abiyad, which means white, bayda. Ahmar, which means red, hamra. Asfar, which means yellow, safra. Akhdar, which means green, is khadra. Azraq, zarqa. And while we're here, let's also look at the plural as well, the pattern, fu'lun, so sudun, bidun, humrun, sufrun, khudrun, zurq. So on the pattern of fu'l. So I will re-emphasize that these are not ismut tafdeel, even though they are on the pattern, the singular and masculine anyway, they are on the pattern of af'al. That's the first point. On page 15, if we look at the bottom boxes, these are not colors, what we call lawn, plural alwan. Rather, these are what we call uyub. Uyub is a plural. The singular is aib. Uyub means defects, faults. So if you look at the translation, the meaning of these words, you will understand what an aib is. So we have got, for example, a'raj. On the pattern of af'al, it means lame. Laysa ala al-a'ma haraj is in the Quran as well. Laysa ala al-a'ma haraj wala ala al-a'raj haraj. So a'raj, the word a'raj is in the Quran as well. A'war, it means one-eyed. This word comes in the hadith regarding Dajjal. Abkam means dumb. Akhras, another word for dumb. Ahwal, cross-eyed. Asam is deaf. It's a muda'af. That's why it's on the pattern of asam. And a'ma, again, this is not sahih. These are all sahih. A'raj, abkam, akhras, these are all sahih. A'ma, it means blind. So even though the above are all on the pattern of what we call af'al, they are not ismut tafdeel. However, they share something common with ismut tafdeel, i.e. the pattern af'al, and also the fact that they are ghayrul munsarif. The singular masculine and the feminine are both ghayrul munsarif, not the plural. The plural is not ghayrul munsarif. So let's just quickly look at the feminine. So a'raj, af'al, the pattern for feminine is fa'la. So arja, awra, bakma, kharsa, hawla, samma, amya. And the plural is the same as before, the same pattern, fu'lun. So we got urj, ur, bukm, khurs, hul, sum, In the Quran we have summum, summun, and then we have bukmun, and then we have umyun. So summun, deaf, bukmun, dumb, and umyun, blind. It's a plural. All three words in the first juz of the Quran on the in the second ruku, these are all plural. Summun, bukmun, umyun. So the conclusion of this is that colors in Arabic, colors, what we call alwan, singular lawn, and defects, which we call uyub, singular aib, colors and defects are not ismut tafdil, even though they share the pattern of ismut tafdil. And also another similarity is that just like ismut tafdil is ghayrul munsarif, colors and defects, the singular and masculine, are also ghayrul munsarif dictors. So that's the conclusion so far. The question now arises that if words like, for example, ahmar, which means red, and words like, for example, a'raj, which means lame, so these words, if they are not ismut tafdil, however you want to say something which is more red or redder, or someone who is more lame or lamer, how would you say that in Arabic? I repeat that again. The question arises that ahmar is not ismut tafdil. It doesn't mean more red or redder. Neither is a'raj ismut tafdil. Then how do we say something is more red or redder, or someone is more lame or lamer? How do you say that in Arabic? That's the question. Let's look at the answer. So the above is on page 16 of the handout, and what will happen is that words such as ashad, akthar, and a'zam, these words will be used, and after this word you will place the respective masdar. So let's just take an example. So here we have this word, ashad, and we want to, for example, say more red or redder. Masdar of ahmar, the color red, is humra, or noun. Not the masdar, but noun. The noun is humra. So you will say ashaddu humratan. Ashad, the meaning is here more or greater or tougher. So more, ashad, it means more, humratan in terms of red, i.e. more red or redder. And you've guessed it, yes, humratan is in the accusative case, halatun nasb, because it will be the tamiz. So this is how you will say, you will use colors if you want to express the meaning of more. If you want to express the meaning of more. Do pause the video here and go over this again before you move on, so that you are confident and you are ready for the next phase. So the above example is also on page number 16. Sayyarati ashaddu humratan min sayyarati. So first of all, let's analyze the individual meanings of the words. Sayyarah, car; sayyarati, my car. So very straightforward. We've just looked at the meaning of ashad and humra. Min means from, and after an ismut tafdil, it means than, like here. And do remember, ashad and the other word we looked at, akthar, a'zam, all are ismut tafdil. They are ismut tafdil. And then we've got sayyaratika, your car. Second is the tarkib. So tarkib again is quite straightforward. Sayyarati is the mubtada. So now we need to know where the separator will go. It will go here, because the remainder is the khabar. The remainder is the khabar. So my car, sayyarati, my car is ashaddu humratan. You could say more red or redder. And if you want to do literal meaning of ashaddu humratan, it will be more, and the word in will come, more in redness. If you wanted to do a literal meaning, absolutely literal meaning. So let's start again. My car is redder or more red. Min will mean than your car. Sayyarati ashaddu humratan min sayyaratik. So I will repeat again the rule that if you want to express colors and defects with the meaning of more, you can't use ahmar, a'raj, aswad, abiyad, a'ma, akhras, abkam, etc. Rather, you will use words like ashad and akthar and a'zam, and after that you will place the respective noun, and that will give you the meaning of more. It will give you the ismut tafdil meaning. The above is on page 17 of the handout, and these are just some examples of the nouns. 3 examples for colors, and there are also 3 examples for defects. So 3 examples of colors and 3 examples of uyub. So you've got here sawad, bayad, khadar. These are the nouns for aswad, abiyad and akhdar. And then we also have here arj, which is the noun for a'raj, amyun, which is the noun for a'ma, and sam is the noun for asam. So if you wanted to, for example, say more black or blacker, you will use the word as discussed, ashad, and then you will use the word sawad, and the word sawad will be in the accusative case, so ashaddu sawadan. So for example, you could say هذه السيارة أشد سوادا من سيارتك. This car is more black or blacker than your car. And let's take another example, an example of a defect. So if you wanted to say, for example, someone is more lame or lamer than somebody else, you will use the word as discussed, ashad, and then you will use the respective noun, arj, ashaddu arjan. And do remember that this word is in the accusative case because it is the tamiz. So I hope by now you will appreciate how to use colors and defects if you want to use them to express the meaning of more. So as mentioned previously, do stop the video here, go back and go over this again so you have fully understood, and refer to your handout as well. As a conclusion, do remember that a'raj and ahmar, words like a'raj and ahmar are not ismut tafdil. Therefore, you will not translate a'raj as more lame, and you will not translate ahmar as, for example, more red or redder. You will not use these translations basically because a'raj, ahmar are not ismut tafdil. How to use them as ismut tafdil, we've discussed it. Use the word ashad, a'zam, akthar with the respective noun of each word. The above is also on page 17 of your handout. The words khair, shar and hub. Let's repeat that again. The words khair, shar, and hub, they are all ismu tafdil, they are all regarded as an elative. However, khair, the origin of khair is akhyar, af'al. Shar is ashar, and hub is ahab, ahab. And we don't use akhyar, we do not use ashar. However, ahab is occasionally used, like in the Quran, ahabbu ila abina minna wa nahnu usbah. So ahab is used. However, akhyar and ashad are not used. Rather, in place of akhyar and ashad, we use what we call the noun khair and shar. And the reason for this is that akhyar and ashad have not been used. It's because the word khair, for example, is far easier on the tongue. It's far easier to pronounce. Therefore, we use khair and shar. Something else to note is that khair, shar, and hub, they are ismu tafdil. However, they are not ghayrul munsarif. They are not dip tones. Very important to remember that they are not dip tones. Let's look at one or two examples. So this is in the Quran. قَالَ أَنَا خَيْرٌ مِّنْهُ. قَالَ, he said, i.e. shaitan said, in the context of where this Quran verse is in the Quran. أَنَا خَيْرٌ مِّنْهُ. So the word ana, we all know what it means. I. Khair means better. And we all know what min means from. However, when it comes after ismu tafdil, it means than. And who is a pronoun attached to min. So ana khayrum min. The separator will go here. So now the next step is analysis. So ana is the mubtada, the subject, the remainder is the predicate. Ana khayrum min. I am. So the separator will go here. I am. Khayr, you will translate it as better. So the word better itself gives you the meaning of ismu tafdil. I am better. And min, than. I am better than him. Who, the dhamir, you will translate it as him. So qala, he, i.e. shaitan said, ana khayrum min. I am better than him. I.e. Adam alayhi salam. The pronoun, this pronoun is pointing to Adam alayhi salatu wassalam. So there you are. Khayr is a ismu tafdil. However, khayr, shar, and hub, they are not ghayrul munsarif. That's why they can have a tanween. You will not say ana khayru. Ana khayru. You will not say that. This is page 18 of your handout. And we are not going to look at this in this video number 4, because this is something which is rare. It doesn't occur a lot. However, this rule which has been mentioned at the top, where ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul, etc., they can be an amil, a governor. We will look at that soon. However, ismu tafdil being a governor, it's rare, and therefore we are not going to look at it. However, do read it for your own benefit and information. So we are going to miss out page number 18. The above sentence is from the exercise on page 19. It's number 10. It's number 10 on page number 19. Page 19. Let's just have a quick look at this example so that the rules which we have covered, they fit into place. So first of all, let's look at the individual meanings of the word, because we are supposed to use the dictionary if we do not know the meanings of words. So Yusuf is a name. We all know what khair means, better. Minni is a harful jar with a dhamir attached to it as the majroor. Ilm means knowledge, and amal means action. Now let's look at the tarkib of this, the analysis. So Yusufu is the mubtada, is the subject. The remainder is the khabar. The remainder of the sentence is the khabar. And to make it easy, let's just translate up to here. So the separator is going to go here. Yusufu khayrun. Yusuf is. Yusuf is khayrun, better. Yusuf is better. Remember, after ismu tafdil, if you have min, it means than. So Yusuf is better than me. Yusufu khayrun minni. So a couple of things here. First of all, khayr will have tanween. Even though it's ismu tafdil, it is not a diptot, it is not ghayrul munsarif. Another thing is that Yusuf doesn't have a tanween, because Yusuf is a name which is ghayrul munsarif, so no tanween. Now the question arises that what is ilman and amalan? Why are they in halatun nasb? Simple, because they are tamiz. They are removing the ambiguity or the question mark in the previous sentence. Yusuf is better than me. In terms of what? In terms of what? So ilman, Yusuf is better than me in ilm, in knowledge. Wa amalan, and action. So in this example, we are using khayr, ismu tafdil, but not ghayrul munsarif. We are also using tamiz as well, ilman and amalan, which you will notice both in halatun nasb, both are nakira. Let's look at another example on this same page. So this is also on page 19. It's number 13. On page 19, it's number 13. So we've got the first word here, and the ta at the end with a dhamma, it should give us a clue that this is verb number 13, madhi. Because tu, you're not gonna get tu at the end of a noun, usually. And you can tell just by looking at this word, it's a fi'l. So it's verb number 13, al-fi'l al-madhi. Bi'tu, from ba'a yabi'u. Ba'a ba'u, ba'at ba'ata bi'na. And then we have bi'ta bi'tuma bi'tum, bi'ti bi'tuma bi'tunna bi'tu. Meaning, I sold. Then you have al-yawm. The word yawm, when it comes with al, it means today. The next bit is a number. Khamsata ashar is a number. And the rule is that numbers 11 to 19, numbers 11 to 19 basically, they are 11 to 19, they are mabni on a single fatha. So you're not going to say khamsatun asharun or khamsatan asharan, khamsata ashara, single fatha. Why? Because this is the rule. Numbers 11 to 19 are mabni on a single fatha. So bi'tul yawma khamsata ashara. Then you have got kilogramman. You've guessed it, yes. Kilogramman means kilogram, kg. And qutnan, again, this word is used in English as well, cotton. So we've got the individual meanings. Now we need to do analysis. There's a lot of words here and a lot of words in halatul nasb. Bi'tul yawma. Let's just take the first example. Bi'tul yawma. Al-yawm, as you can see, it's in halatul nasb. Why? Because it's the maf'ul fi. Adverb. I sold today. Bi'tul yawma. Bi'tul yawma. Now let's look at the next step of the analysis. So al-yawm, we've established it's maf'ul fi, and obviously bi'tu is going to be the fa'il, and the fa'il is inside it. Ana, the dhamir, the pronoun inside it is the fa'il. I sold today. What did I sell? Obviously, it's this next bit. Even if you don't know the meaning, you know that this next bit, it is basically what I sold. So naturally, the everything in the blue box, it's going to be the object. It's going to be the maf'ul bihi. Now, all we need to do is break up this maf'ul bihi. Break it up into little chunks. So, we first got khamsata ashara. I sold 15. I sold 15. 15 what? 15 kilograms. So, you've guessed it, yes. Basically, khamsata ashar is what you call the mumayyaz. It's the mumayyaz. And this word, kilograman, is the tamiz. I sold 15 kilograms of what? There's still ambiguity. I sold 15. 15 what? This word, kilograman, removed the ambiguity from khamsata ashar. However, I sold 15 kilograms, but there's still ambiguity. So we need another tamiz. So qutnan is the second tamiz. So khamsata ashar is mumayyaz. Kilograman is tamiz number 1. Qutnan is tamiz number 2. Mumayyaz with its 2 tamiz makes the maf'ul bihi. So I hope you've understood this tarkeeb. So it's very important that we first break up the sentence, analyze each part, and then translate slowly and work our way by completing the entire sentence. The above is a Quran verse and it's on page number 20. The exercise on page number 20. Let's just put that here. So again, let's look at the individual meaning of the words. Allah is Allah. Fa, it's a particle, it's a harf. It usually comes as in meanings like thus or therefore. It usually denotes a consequence to something. Down here we can leave the translation out because we haven't got the verse before it, etc. So Allahu khayrun, we all know what khayr means, better. Hafiz, not memorizer. Down here the context will tell you because you're using hafiz with Allah, so protector, guardian. Huwa is a pronoun. Arham is ismu tafdeel, most merciful, arham. And this is from the same root letters. However, it's a ismul fa'il, rahim, rahimuna, rahimina. It's either in the genitive case or the accusative case, and it means merciful but plural. So we've done the individual meanings of the words. Now let's look at the tarkeeb of this sentence, the analysis of this sentence. So the first thing you will notice is there are 2 sentences here connected by this waw, which you call harful atf. Harful atf, a particle that joins 2 words or 2 sentences together. It doesn't do any work, meaning it doesn't put any noun, etc. into halatul nasb, halatul jar, halatul raf'. It's simply there to join 2 sentences, 2 words together, even 2 verbs. So let's take the first sentence. It's a mubtada khabar. Fallahu. Allah is mubtada and the remainder is the khabar. And in the khabar, we have got hafidhan, which is in the accusative case. So it's tamiz. Naturally, khair will be the mumayyaz. And mumayyaz, tamiz together will become the khabar. So let's now look at the translation of this first sentence. And separator will go here. Fallahu khayrun hafidha. Allah is, so that's the separator. Allah is khayrun, better. Or you could even say the best. Allah is better or the best. حافظا. Best in terms of what? Better in terms of what? حافظا, as a guardian, as a protector. فالله خير حافظا. وهو, and he. We're not going to translate huwa as it because it's not referring to an object, and he. Also, something to remember, whenever we see a dhamir, whether it's an apparent dhamir like huwa, or the dhamir is inside a noun, etc. Whenever we see a dhamir, we should always look for its, what we call in Arabic, the marja'. Marja' means who is the dhamir pointing to. So down here, it's pointing to Allah. And he, i.e. Allah. So in our translation, we should make it a habit of saying i.e. So as mentioned, we should make it a habit of saying i.e. in our translation. So let's start again. Wahuwa, and he, i.e. Allah. And again, the separator will go here because huwa is mubtada. Arhamur Rahimin is mudaf ilayh, and it's the khabar. Together it becomes the khabar. That's why Ar-Rahimin is in the genitive case. We're not saying Ar-Rahimun, we are saying Ar-Rahimin because it's mudaf ilayh. Mudaf ilayh is always in the genitive case, and the genitive case in plurals like Ar-Rahimin, i.e. what we call sound masculine plural, SMP, what we call Jam'ul Mudhakkar Salim, the genitive case is represented by Yanun. This is all history. Pupils are fully aware of this. So, وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. Let's focus again. And he, the separator will go here, is Arham. If we're going to translate mudaf first, we will use the word the, and then in between we will use of. And he is Arham, the most merciful of the merciful. فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظًا وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. So we have got Arham here, ismut tafdil. It's not used in comparative form, it's the superlative form, and out of superlative it is being used as mudaf ilayh. وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. Just a quick word here regarding tarkib, regarding what we call analysis of the sentence. This is extremely important. As you saw, we break down the sentence. First, we look at the individual meaning of words. We break the sentence down. We take each part, and it really helps in giving a clear translation and a clear understanding of the sentence structure. This example is also on page number 20, the last page of the handout, and it's the last example. It's a Quran verse. Rabbi zidni ilman. Now, this word here, Rabbi, Rabb means Lord. Zid, it's, to check the meaning of this, you would need to know what zid is. Zid is basically al-fi'lul amr. It's an imperative. Al-fi'lul amr. And it's number 7 from tazidu. Tazidu becomes zid. Zada yazidu tazidu. It becomes zid. Ni is the maf'ul bihi. Ilm means knowledge. Now the word Rabbi, it really was Ya Rabbi, O my Lord. That's how you translate this Rabbi. So what happened is the harfun nida was dropped, omitted, and the ya, what we call the ya of mutakallim, was also dropped, and the result was Rabbi. So Rabbi will be translated as O my Lord. Whatever is hidden there, i.e. the ya harfun nida and this ya mutakallim, both yas will be translated. The other thing is that Rabbi is very misleading. What hala, what case is Rabbi in? It certainly is not in the genitive case. Even though there is a kasra on Rabbi, it is not in the genitive case, because that kasra is the result of what we have examples like, we have kitab, so my book, kitabi, this kasra has to go on. Even though kitabi could be, for example, in the nominative case, for example, hadha kitabi, this is my book. So kitabi in this example is the khabar. So the word kitab is in the nominative case. Exactly same here. Rabb is in the accusative case. It's in halatun nasb, because the rule is when the munada is mudaf, like Rabbi is mudaf here, the ya has been chopped off. It's been omitted. So whenever the munada is mudaf, it is in halatun nasb, accusative case. Zid is al-fa'lul amr as discussed. Ni is maf'ul bihi. So, oh my Lord, zid, increase me. Increase me. Increase me in what? In money? In wealth? Increase me ilman, in knowledge. So this word here, ilman, is, as you've guessed it, yes, it's the tamiz. Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. So when we read this dua now, inshallah, we should read it with basira, with understanding. Rabbi zidni ilman. And if you are giving dua to many people, you could say Rabbana zidna ilman. So Rabbi, you will change it to Rabbana, or our Lord. Zidna. So this ni will become na. Increase us in knowledge. So this is the end of video number 4, and it's also the end of the Ismut Tafdil handout. Again, Jazakumullah for listening, and I will advise you to listen again a second, third time and digest the information, and especially the analysis, the tarkib, etc. As you've realized, Ismut Tafdil, there are many dimensions to it, and it's important to understand all of them, because Ismut Tafdil is used extensively in the Quran and Ahadith, which is our ultimate objective of Alimiyyah. Jazakallah. Wassalamu alaikum.